Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another episode of the Morning Mavericks. I appreciate you and I hope you have a good day. Today's video comes from a chat between Mel Robbins and Tom Bilyeu. This is one of many of the talks about the Mel Robbins 5-second rule. It's a bit longer than the previous videos have been, so let's jump straight into it.
Anyway, the next morning the alarm goes off and I pretended NASA was there. It's the stupidest story. I literally went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I counted out loud and then I stood up. And I'll never forget standing there in my bedroom. It was dark, it was cold, it was winter in Boston. And for the first time in 3 months, I had beaten my habit of hitting the snooze button. I couldn't believe it. And I thought, wait a minute, counting backwards? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Well, the next morning I used it again and it worked. The next morning I used it again and it worked. The next morning I used it again and it worked. And then I started to notice something really interesting. There were moments all day long, just like that 5-second moment in bed, where I knew, knowledge, what I should do. And if I didn't move within 5 seconds, my brain would step in and talk me out of it. Every human being has a 5-second window, might even be shorter for you. You have about a 5-second window in which you can move from idea to action before your brain kicks into full gear and sabotages any change in behavior.
In the full talk that I'll link below, just in case you want to watch all of it, Mel talks about the struggles her and her husband went through. She did not have a job, they had kids, and they tried to grow her husband's restaurant too quickly, and it failed.
They had their kids' college funds invested into the business because the first restaurant of the 3 did south well.
Amongst all the stress and turmoil, Mel was struggling to get herself up every day, to apply for jobs, to get the kids on the bus, and whatever else needed done. Her husband would get up at 6 and she would hit the snooze and go back to bed. She watched the NASA space shuttle take off one day and thought, what if she applied the countdown to getting up? Alarm goes off 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She was standing up next to her bed before she even had the thought to hit the snooze and roll back over to go to bed. This is why I bring this up. We can talk about how habit loops and motivation work or don't work, but the biggest step towards success is your ability to trick your own mind into doing things that align with your goals. I do not want to be up at 3:30 a.m. every morning. In fact, I absolutely, completely, and utterly despise it. I do not like to go to bed early while everyone else is awake. I don't like to get up early in the slightest, and I don't want to go to the gym a majority of the time when I get up. But my morning routine is so beneficial for my success and productivity that it's tough not to push forward once I get going. While everybody else is still sleeping, I've already taken care of the cats, hit an hour-and-a-half workout, showered, brushed my teeth, read for 10 minutes, got some motivation in, and packed everything up for the day. That is why I bring you this talk today. A majority of the time, the toughest part of doing something is getting started and not the actual act of what you're doing. You have to give yourself this brain jolt to get things started. This past week, every single day I wanted to roll over and go back to bed. I would count backwards from 5 in my head and boom, I was up feeding the cats before I had the thought to roll back over and go to sleep. Every single time I don't want to do something I know I need to do, I count backwards. I don't want to make a phone call for work, I count backwards. I take a deep breath and dial that number. Same with a meeting, same with a stupid request, same with all the other things outside of work that I don't want to do. I count backwards from 5, take a deep breath, and I go get after it. I feel a million times better when it's done and when I've conquered that little voice in my head that said don't do it, nobody will ever know. You can look at this as silly, as cheesy, or as whatever you think of it, but I can honestly say there's merit in it. Especially in times of high stress. Maybe I don't sleep well. Maybe I'm up too late. Maybe I don't have any motivation. You count backwards and you go get after it. You know what you need to do. You know you need to eat that broccoli. You know you need to exercise. You know you need to make that phone call. You know you need to do the laundry. You owe it to yourself to get that stuff done. The little things are important. Hit the little things like they're big things, and the big things will be little in comparison. You have all of the tools in your arsenal to be great, to be the best of the best, and instead you're spending your time rolled over in bed. Make your dreams a reality and get your cheeks out of bed. Please take some time to like and subscribe to spread positivity and motivation to those that could use it. Comment down below 3 things you are thankful for. Here are mine. 1. I'm up and moving and I get a new day. 2. Thankful that I got my butt up and got into the gym this morning even after staying up later than I should have the night before. 3. Thankful I have a reliable car that gets me where I need to go and that I don't owe any payments on. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a great day.